I want to get bit. Not the kind of place you want to get bit by a fish like this.
Dentão assim, ó.
Dentão.
Grande assim, ó. É, grande. Perigoso.
My name is Cyril Chauquet, and I travel to the most remote corners of the world, chasing monster fish. And that's exactly why I'm back in the Brazilian jungle. The Amazon is home to snakes and jaguars, and in its murky waters, there are caimans, flesh-eating piranhas, and electric eels. I've come here many times before and caught plenty of big fish.
Look at the size of this piranha.
But this time, I'm in search of a dangerous-looking predator with a wicked set of teeth.
Payara!
AKA the vampire fish. But finding this monster won't be easy.
It's intense.
I'll have to cross perilous rapids, prove to an indigenous chief that I can shoot a bow and arrow, portage a boat over a towering waterfall. And even if I manage to find the beast, catching it will be a whole different story.
I'm on a mission to catch one of the scariest looking and certainly one of the most ferocious fish in the Amazon, if not in the world. This fish is called the payara, and to give you an idea, we also call it the vampire fish.
The vampire fish uses its razor-sharp fangs to pierce the vital organs of its prey before devouring it whole. Like other predators around here, payaras are fast, fierce, and have a dangerous bite. But to find this monster, I have to travel to an extremely remote region in the heart of the Amazon jungle. I've got over 170 miles of rough dirt roads to get through before getting to the Juruena River, the home of big vampire fish. I'm lucky to be with Claudio. He's a driver for gold prospectors, so he knows these remote jungle roads like the back of his hand. And after half a day on this rugged trail, we're now deep in the Amazon jungle. Imagine a forest almost as big as the United States. That's home to a third of all the animals on the planet. And over 2,000 species of fish. I've got to admit, it's hard to feel totally safe in the Amazon. Being deep in the jungle, in the middle of the night, it's kind of creepy.
Não se move?
Vou ter que utilizar o guincho.
O guincho é melhor, não?
Senão não vai.
We're stuck. Luckily, Claudio is used to this and is well prepared. He's got a winch on his truck. The idea now is to hook the cable around a tree that's big enough so that we can pull the truck free and get out of this rut.
Ando! É bom!
The winch pulls hard, and Claudio puts his foot on the gas.
All right.
We're out of the rut.
At first, the cable was jammed. We couldn't get it out of the winch, but eventually we managed to pull it out and get around the tree and pull the vehicle out because there's no way you can move this truck by pushing it. It's so heavy.
We get back to driving, but we've still got a long way to go. So Claudio and I stop and grab a few hours of sleep. And we're back at it at first light. We finally get to the river, where Chiquinho is waiting for us.
Aê, companheiro!
Olá!
Yeah!
Chiquinho is from an indigenous village upriver and has agreed to take me there. Beyond that point, I'll be on my own looking for the best spots for payara.
Muito obrigado. Muito obrigado.
Boa sorte para você.
E como está a pesca?
Um
Cachorro?
pouco difícil, mas vamos pegar umas grandes.
Sim, hein? E cachorra? Assim?
Isso, assim.
Assim?
Assim.
Ah, que bom. Gosto muito, amigo.
Vamos pescar.
Vamos. All right, feels good to be on the water, finally.
I'm really anxious to start fishing. Plenty of spots look good around here. Luckily, Chiquinho knows this river well, because the water level is really low and there are rocks everywhere. says it shouldn't be a problem, but I'm not so sure. I really can't see how we're gonna get past those falls. We head over to shore to have a closer look and make a plan.
Wow. That's beautiful. But what do we do now? Onde passamos aqui? É muito difícil só, não? Você pode fazer?
Sozinho não, nós dois, pode.
Ah,
Vamos passar por um desvio, na mata.
na mata, um desvio.
Que bom que você está aqui, senão não tinha jeito de eu chegar à aldeia.
Chiquinho knows a way around the falls through the jungle. I've portaged canoes many times before, but this is a different story. Lugging a motorboat between just the two of us is gonna be really tough.
Vai. What? I think we're there.
The boat must weigh over 200 pounds, and the motor over 100. In other words, this is probably gonna hurt.
It's so hot here, even in the shade of the trees. Unbelievable.
Now comes the part I was dreading. We have to drag the boat. I don't know exactly how long this detour is, but given the size of the falls, we're in for a long haul. On top of having to deal with the weight of the boat, the terrain here is really rugged. One wrong step could mean broken bones, and we're nowhere near a hospital.
I think I know why he wanted me to come along now. It's impossible to do alone.
It's hard to believe, but that was the easy part. Now, we have to lift the boat up and over the rocks.
Yeah, you never told me about this.
We've been dragging this boat for over an hour, but now comes the most brutal part. The rock face here is practically vertical. I'm totally exhausted, and my back is killing me. But at least we've made it.
That was painful. But no pain, no gain. I just hope there's vampire fish out there.
We're off again, and at least one thing is certain. Even though it was tough, it was worth it. It's beautiful here. We're still far from Chiquinho's village, but this section of the river looks too good not to put a bait in the water. There are rocks everywhere, and some decent current. Really good conditions for paella.
Normally, I wouldn't do that with bait, but here in the Amazon, I drag the bait. I slowly drag the bait along the bottom. Move it, make it bounce off the rocks. That way I can cover more ground, and it really triggers the predatory instinct of these fish. I'm bumping a lot of rocks on the bottom. I can feel them. And the fish, you know, whenever you're fishing in a river, most of the time they're sitting behind rocks or boulders or trees or logs or things like that, waiting for a prey to pass by, and then they grab it and then they go right back down until the next meal passes by. Fish on.
I hope it's a vampire fish.
I can tell you that whatever it is, it's a big fish. I can barely move it from the bottom. É bom, hein?
Muito bom, hein?
Sim, muito grande. It's not a vampire fish, it's a wolf fish. It's much bigger than I thought. É muito bom. É muito bom.
Sim, esse é grande.
Unbelievable, the size of this wolffish. That's got to go 25 pounds, if not 30. Big fish. Oh, man. É o traíram mais grande da minha vida.
O maior que eu já vi também.
Sério?
Sim, sim.
É bom, hein?
Muito grande.
Não é cachorra, mas igual.
É.
You know, one thing that I find is amazing on this fish is they're so perfectly camouflaged. I think that the gums actually hide the teeth from prey. It's not a fact. It's not proven by biologists or anything, but it's an assumption. So look, it's perfectly hidden by the gums. That way, you know, when the fish is hiding behind the rock, no one can see those teeth. And when the prey passes by, boom! Direto para o fondo.
Isso.
Muito obrigado, amigo.
Nada.
Muito obrigado.
It was really cool to catch that fish. As far as wolffish go, it was pretty big. I would have loved to keep fishing, but I'm here to find a vampire. Bad weather is rolling in. We've got to get off the water as soon as possible. Luckily, Chiquinho knows of a member of a nearby tribe who can put us up for the night. His name is Japo, and he seems to know a lot about vampire fish.
Patrão de pesca aqui, já pesquei por aqui tudinho já aqui, mas não encontrei cachorra grande ainda aqui não. Encontrei só uma cachorra aqui. Aqui é muito raro o cachorro. Mas eu sei do lugar que tem cachorra muito grande. O cara pode pegar uma cachorra grande lá mesmo.
E onde você pode pegar?
Mas não é aqui não, por perto aqui não, é longe daqui.
The spot Japo knows about is a day away, and apparently, the vampire fish there are so big, they can pull you along in a boat.
Tem muita força.
Tem muita força. Reboca o barco, vai embora.
Well, from what Japon is telling me, apparently Chiquinho is taking me in the right direction. He's saying that about a day's boat ride from here, this monster-sized vampire fish.
Deitão assim, ó. Perigoso.
Tá.
Grande assim, ó.
Check this out. I think it's pretty clear why it's called a vampire fish. You see the two fangs that they have in the front here? That's what they use to puncture the vital organs of their prey. And once they're dead, they swallow the whole thing with their big mouth. Pretty crazy predator fish.
Today we're going much further upriver, so I hope I'm gonna catch a vampire fish.
Japo's fishing spot is also upriver from here, not far from Chiquinho's village, but we still got a long way to go. But Chiquinho tells me that he's heard stories of locals catching big pyres in this section of the river. This does seem like a pretty good spot. There's lots of rocks and decent current, perfect for vampire fish.
Here we go.
Muito grande. Grande. Muito bom. Muito bom.
Payara. Oh, wow. That was a cachorra. A cachorra, no? That was a vampire fish. Small one, but that was one. We're getting close.
I keep casting, hoping for another bite. But nothing. I'm gonna try to provoke an attack with the lure. I'm not convinced it'll work here, but you never know.
Ô, Chiquinho, uma anta.
Sim, uma anta. É o mamífero mais grande da floresta amazônica.
See?
Sim.
Look, this goes to show you how wild it is here. He doesn't even move. He's not afraid. I don't think he's ever seen a human before.
But even if he's never seen one, he still doesn't feel like sticking around.
Ó o jacaré. Cuidado, vai pegar sua isca.
No. Seems like my lure is attracting everything, except pyars. There are caimans all over the place here. I think we need to move and find another spot.
Trairão.
Trairão. Oh, não! Muito bom para comer.
Não tem problema, porque tenho arroz e feijão.
Ah, mas o peixe era muito bom.
I guess Chiquinho's getting hungry, but I think he finds my rice and beans pretty boring.
Uau!
Uma trincha?
Uma trinchã?
Looks like this one is gonna be perfect with rice and beans.
A matrincha. Honestly, I couldn't tell you what this fish is called in English. I just know the Brazilian name for it, the name that we use here in Portuguese. It's called a matrincha. Beautiful fish. Gosta de comer eso, huh?
Esse é muito bom pra comer.
É bom, huh?
Bom, muito bom.
We now head to an island to make a fire and prepare a meal with our catch.
While I was getting some dry wood, Chiquinho dug a really nice hole in the sand here to protect the fire from the breeze. I find this technique pretty cool to cook some food or boil some water in the forest. The idea is to make a grill with green wood. That way, when you cook your food or you boil your water, the wood doesn't have a chance to burn. Muito bom.
And for plates, a big leaf will do just fine.
Muita espinha?
It's really good, but there's a lot of bones.
Muito bom. All that's missing now is a good strong coffee, so we can get right back to fishing.
Ouvide o filtro.
Não, mexe. Não, não, não.
Mira.
Não,
Sei.
não, não quero não, tá suja.
Filtro.
Não.
Amazon-style coffee in my socks. But they're clean socks, you know. Honestly, I haven't used them.
Não, tá suja.
Não, bom café de meia suja. É bom.
It's siesta time for Chiquinho. But for me, I'm off to explore this island and see if I can find a good fishing spot. But that means getting through this super dense forest.
Pretty intense. I'm just looking for a point that juts out into the river. That's what I'm looking for.
This would be impossible without a machete. And actually, on one of my last trips to the Amazon, I spent some time with a division of Brazilian soldiers who never go without one. It looks good here. There's some current right next to a big eddy. But to be able to cast out far enough, I don't have a choice. I have to get in the water. I just hope it's not a bad idea.
It's nice to be in the water. The only thing is, you never know what's below the surface here.
I kind of feel like I'm the bait right now.
Here we go, here we go. Fish on. There we go. It's coming up to the surface there. It's a payara. No! That was a vampire fish. Not a big one, not a giant one, but that was so close. I'll try one more shot. We'll see. I should probably get going because Chiquinho's waiting for me. But it's so tempting to keep fishing here. There might be others. I don't know. Although I might have missed the only fish that was here. The only payara that was here.
Chiquinho will never believe me. I lose a payara while he was sleeping. But we still have a ways to go before reaching the village. So we gotta move.
I'm telling you one thing. The true vampires aren't the payaras. They're the mosquitoes. Look how they got me, how they sucked my blood last night. I must have about 200 bites just on one hand.
And if there's one thing I've learned, here in the Amazon, nothing's ever easy. More rapids. I just hope that this time, we won't have to carry the boat.
Says he's been through them before, so I guess we'll see.
The real danger is that if we hit a rock or a wave, we could flip. And tipping over out here, I don't even want to think about it.
Wow. Muito bom. Muito bom. Beleza. Wow.
After traveling all this way, we're almost at Chiquinu's village. I can feel that I'm getting close to the vampires.
Aqui estamos?
Chegamos à aldeia.
Ah, que bom.
This is Chiquinu's final destination, but I'll have to find a way to keep going upriver.
Olá.
Esse é o chefe.
É o chefe? Olá. Tudo bem? Como se chama você?
Chicão,
Chicão?
É.
Chicão, prazer.
é prazer receber vocês aqui.
Ah, muito obrigado. E sua família? Posso?
É,
Olá. Olá. Prazer. Olá. Como se chama você?
Celiane.
Celiane. Well, I guess that's confirmation that there's vampire fish around here. They just ate one. I didn't know that pyre was good eating, but apparently it is, because they don't eat much at all. That's a small fish, but the one I want to catch is much bigger than that, hopefully. You know, like that'd be nice.
Here, hunting is a means of survival, and the chief wants me to hunt with him.
Muito bom! Muito bom! Profissional.
profissional.
Wow, what a shot. Muito bom. Pressure's on.
The chief's got some doubts. He wants to make sure I can shoot straight first.
A flecha do chefe.
É, faixa boa do chefe.
I hope I'm gonna be able to show them that I can shoot a bow. Não pensa que eu vou pegar? Não? Peguei.
Muito bom.
Mais ou menos.
Mais ou menos?
All right, time to get serious.
Bom.
Ah, bom. Oh, obrigado, amigo. I think I won the chief's respect. Yes.
Apparently, I passed the test because the hunt is on. The chief has to hunt every day to feed his family.
Tem a caça aí, tio.
Here we go. He spotted something. Now, we have to stalk quietly and wait for the bird to land.
Tem pego. Pego. What a shot. I don't think he missed. Vamos ver o animal? Sim. That's the part in hunting that I like less, but here, it's a question of survival.
Back at the village, they start preparing the meal. I'd like to contribute something too, and the only thing I can think of is to catch a fish.
They're coming closer and closer.
I don't know what's in this lake, but there's gotta be something. This place is swarming with caimans, but there are too many trees on the shore to cast. I think I'll have to wade in the water. The mud is like quicksand, and my shoes stick to the bottom. I guess I'm gonna have to go barefoot. I'm surrounded by caimans. I'd better get a fish as soon as I can.
Fish on. It's not very big, but it's a fish. Check this out. It's a Cyril beam tiger shovel-nosed catfish. All right, here we go. Weird fish, huh? Weird-looking fish. Beautiful animal, though, I think. With the, I love the patterns on these fish. Look at the camouflage. Beautiful. And the head is so flat, the mouth is so flat. Look, it bit that jig on the bottom.
The chief appreciates the gift so much, it's already on the grill.
And it's gonna pour in a second. Big storm coming in. The least I could do is to bring a fish. I wish I could have brought a bigger one. At least it's a delicious fish. Non come todo. He likes it so much he's already eating the whole thing.
Storms come and go pretty quickly in the Amazon. By the time we're finished eating, the skies have already cleared. The chief serves up a local drink made of cassava, which can be poisonous when not properly prepared.
Muito obrigado.
Obrigado.
Saúde.
This seems like a good time to talk with him about vampires.
Aqui tem cachorra, sim, porque a cachorra você come a cachorra, hein? Então tem muito aqui.
Tem muito cachorro aí. Esse cachorro é do tamanho grandão, é?
Sim?
É, tem.
Uau. E isso é o que quero pegar, grande pé.
The chief explains that I have to be extremely careful when handling paiaras because they have a dangerous bite. He also tells me about that spot where I can find big vampire fish, but it's at least to have this paddle upriver.
De canoa.
Canoa.
E Chiquinho vai ficar aqui, mas é possível sair com a sua canoa?
É, Chiquinho.
Sim?
É, sim.
Ah, muito obrigado.
Muito bom.
Saúde. Saúde. Muito obrigado. Unreal. These people are so nice, so generous, so welcoming. You know, I barely know them, and already invite me to stay at their place. Man, I'm gonna sleep in 2 seconds. Muito obrigado e boa noite.
Boa noite.
This morning, I set off alone because Chiquinho has to stay in the village. I'm gonna continue upriver, using the chief's canoe.
Até logo!
I just hope that I'll soon find that fishing spot they've all been telling me about.
That is so cool. I feel so privileged that the chief of a village in the middle of the Amazon lends me his canoe like that. Really nice. I love it. Really nice dugout. And actually pretty stable. Look, I can even stand up. I can fish standing up. How cool is that?
I love being out here in the middle of nowhere, far from it all. Here we go again. More rapids. They're not very big, but I won't be able to get through them by paddling. I guess my only option is to pull the canoe.
Man, the kind of stuff you have to go through to get to some good fishing spots. Hope there's fish there.
After a few more hours of steady paddling, I'm even deeper into the middle of nowhere. This isn't the spot that the chief described, but the water here seems perfect for paella. I've got a good feeling about this place.
All right, looks good here. There's a little bit of current here, and it slows down there, and I think there's a hole there. There's a big pool. So if I cast downstream that way, by the time the bait reaches the bottom, I think it'll be right in the pool, right in the honey hole. And I have some shade here that I can sit in, waiting for the bite. it's good to be in the shade. It gets so hot here. Especially in the canoe. Oh, I got a bite, got a bite. Here we go. I don't think it's a pirate. I think it's a type of catfish. It's sticking to the bottom.
This fish won't budge from the bottom. It's trying to hide in the branches. I'm gonna have to go get it. If not, I'm pretty sure I'll lose it. I gotta be careful trying to grab this fish. I don't want to go too deep. You never know what's down there.
Yes. A little shower. Beautiful Amazon catfish. It's not a monster, but what a fight. Especially here, because there's a drop right there, and I fell in the water. I thought I was not gonna be able to get back to shore, actually. For a fish this size, the power, unbelievable. You see that little fish right next to my head? It's called a candiru. It's a parasite fish. And what they do is they suck the blood from their host, sometimes until they die. A true little vampire.
I paddled for another 2 solid hours. I feel like I'm really close. It looks exactly like what they all described to me. Islands, a deep pool, a bit of current with some eddies, and some foam on the surface. I think I finally found the vampire's lair. And it's seriously time for me to catch one. I can feel the bait bouncing along the rocks on the bottom. I just hope I'm gonna get a bite.
Oh. Strong fish.
Whatever it is, it's a nice fish.
Oh, it's a pacu. Look at the size of this pacu. Unbelievable. It's the biggest I've ever caught. Wow, that's pretty amazing that this fish took my bait, because normally they're more vegetarian, but clearly they can be omnivores as well. Big fish. You gotta put it back in the water quick, because that's a big breeder. I don't want to hurt it, and I think it's pretty tired from the fight. Nice fish, but it's not what I'm looking for.
I've got to catch a vampire fish. I just hope I'm in the right spot.
What happened here? Cut me right off. The leader is all shaved here. And that's not the fish that I had on the line that did that. It's other fish that were swimming around the fish that I was fighting that actually touched the line with their teeth. Wow, crazy, man. I'm pretty sure they were vampire fish. There's gotta be a lot of teeth down there. I'm gonna go back to the eddy up there. It looks really good. I think they're stacked up in there because it creates a whirlpool right on the side of the main current. And I think that's where they're feeding. What I'll do is I'll tie a knot that allows, it's called a bimini knot. And what it does is it doubles the line and double the strength in the line.
I add a sliding sinker to make sure the bait sticks to the bottom. I hope it'll work. I still have to be very careful. The strikes from these fish are really violent, and this definitely isn't the kind of place where you want to fall in the water.
There.
Something just took my bait. I give it some line before I set the hook. It's a nice fish. It's so powerful that it's pulling the boat. I can feel the teeth on the leader. I just hope my rig will hold up.
Big fish.
Oh no!
Look what it did to the bait. Cut it in half. Man, tough fish to catch.
I've been gone for days. I drove hundreds of miles through the jungle. Barely had a chance to sleep. Had to carry a super heavy boat over impossible terrain. Paddled for hours in the stifling heat of the Amazon. Then I came really close to a vampire.
No! That was so close.
But now that I've finally found the true lair of the vampire fish, I can't get him out of the water.
Oh no!
I have to rebuild my rig. I never imagined that pyres would be so hard to hook and land. But the good news is, I'm sure I'm at the right spot.
Let's go back at it. Fish on. He's pulling the boat around.
This fish is super strong, and I can feel his teeth on the leader. I'm sure it's a vampire.
Oh no! Oh. I can't believe it. I just can't believe it. What happened this time? Cut me off.
Ah, damn.
Man, I haven't been able to see one. You know, as soon as they come up to the surface, they go right back down to the darkness. It's like vampires. They don't like to see the light of day, I guess.
Speaking of light, it's fading quick. So before night falls, I have to find a safe place to sleep. I found a small island that'll do just fine for the night. The advantage of sleeping on a small island is that I'm much less likely to encounter wild animals here than I am in the middle of the jungle.
Nice spot. Man, what a tough day. I just hope tomorrow I'm gonna get one of those pyres, one of those vampire fish. Hopefully it's not gonna rain, because normally I have a tarp that I install on top of the hammock, just in case it rains. But honestly, I was just too tired to do it. We'll see. If it rains, I'll set it up. But it'll be too late.
Tomorrow, I'm heading to the same spot. I have to land that vampire fish. I've been in the jungle for days. I'm almost out of food, and I'll need to head back very soon. So this morning, I have no choice. I have to get a pyre. But last night, I thought of a way to avoid losing the beast.
So what I'll do is I'll tie on a 55-pound fluorocarbon on top of the metal leader. That way, if the fish touches the line, you know, this is less resistant, more resistant to abrasion than the main line. The main line is really strong, but when it comes to abrasion, it's not that strong. So with this, in theory, it shouldn't break. fish on, fish on, fish on, fish on, fish on. Take it, take it. Yeah, it's a vampire fish. Can feel the teeth rubbing against the leader. He's going up current. He's pulling the boat around.
I have to be super careful grabbing it. With those nasty teeth, one bite out here in the middle of nowhere could mean some serious bleeding.
Not the kind of place you want to get bit by a fish like this. Come on, fish.
I can't rush it. I have to make sure I don't get bitten and it doesn't get off the hook.
Almost. Yes. Yes. Vampire fish right here. Man, beautiful animal. Look at the teeth, the fangs on this fish. Unbelievable. What's unreal with this fish is the way the mouth is designed. You see the two openings there? That's where the fangs lodge themselves. If it closes its mouth, you're gonna see it. Right now, it's not doing it, and I don't want to get my hands too close to that mouth because I don't want to get bit, but hopefully he's gonna do it so you can see. You see the, oh, there you go. I don't want to kiss it too close to the mouth. These fish might look mean, but they're still pretty fragile, so that's why I'm taking my time to make sure the fish is fine before I let it go.
Traveling here to the heart of the Amazon forest has been an amazing adventure, and I loved it. Even if I had to struggle to carry that boat around those huge falls, at least I got to access one of the world's most remote and wild regions. Here, I met some authentic and generous people, and the vampire fish have finally got it.
Do you know how to talk to monkeys? This is really insane. Oh, boy. Can fish standing up. How cool is that? Amazon-style coffee in my socks. But they're clean socks, you know. Honestly, I haven't used them. Adeus.
Adeus.